monster?" she cried, pretending to be frightened. "It's only me, Mama," he said, showing his face. "So it is," said Mama. "Well, that just goes to show the appearances can be deceiving." "Appearances can be deceiving. What does that mean?" asked the sister. "It's just a grown-up way of saying that things aren't always what they look like," explained Mama as she unpacked the groceries. "Look, goodies," said Brother. "Hands off, please," said Mama. "Those are for trick-or-treaters who come to our house tomorrow night." Brother and sister were very excited about Halloween, and a little nervous too. This was the first year they would be going trick-or-treating without a grown-up along to supervise. "I'm not sure I like the idea of them going by themselves," said Papa, as he carved the pumpkin he got from Farmer Ben. It's pretty spooky out there," he added, making a scary face at the cubs. "Now, Papa," said Mama, "if brother and sister want to accept the challenge of going out on their own, I think we should encourage them. But remember," she continued, turning to the cubs, "there'll be strict rules. You'll stay in your own neighborhood and you won't eat any of the treats until you're back home. Besides," said Brother, "we won't really be by ourselves. We made a trick-or-treat date with Cousin Fred, Lizzie Bruin, and Queenie McBear." "There," said Papa, putting the finishing touches on the jack-o'-lantern. Then he lit a candle inside it and turned out all the lights. It was pretty scary. The next day, Brother and sister began planning the trick-or-treat route they'd follow that night. Brother got a pencil and paper and made a map of the neighborhood. That way, he explained, they wouldn't miss anybody. "Let's see now," he said. "We'll stop at our houses first. Ours, Freddie's, Lizzie's, and Queenie's. Then we'll do Farmer Ben's and her sitters, Mrs. Grizzle." "Mrs. Grizzle for sure," agreed sister. "She usually makes special Halloween cookies. And Teacher Jane, she gives out good stuff. How about Dr. Grizzly?" asked Brother. "She's into health snacks." "I think so, just to be polite," said Sis. "Gramps and Gran, of course." "Of course." she said in a gravelly voice. I'm ready for you. She then led the terrified cubs into a cozy living room. To their great surprise, there was a big tray of beautiful candy apples, all prepared for Halloween visitors. Mama was right, whispered sister to brother. Miss McGriz really is a sweet, kind old person. The cubs thanked her for the beautiful apples and went about the rest of their trick-or-treat business. Later that evening, brother and sister were at home looking over all the treats they had collected. The beautiful candy apples stood out, and Papa asked where they came from. From Miss McGriz, answered brother. From that scary-looking old grouch post that lives down Crooked Lane, said Papa. That's right, said brother, taking a delicious bite of his candy apple. I totally recognize those kisses there. You must really try to remember, Papa, said sister, giving her apple a little lick. Appearances can be quite deceiving.